folks, welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. So, you might be asking yourself, Mike, what the fuck are you doing outside with a helmet on and the glow sticks and this big old airsoft rifle here? What the fuck are you doing? Well, we got a cool new piece of gear right here, and I'm going to show you guys, but through the lens of the cool piece of gear. What we have here is called the SIONYX AURORA Pro. Now, this is night vision for everyone. This is night vision on a budget. So if you're into night vision, stick around. We're gonna check it out. SIONYX AURORA Pro, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Hey folks, welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. So today we are talking in the studio about the SIONYX AURORA Pro. We got to go outside. We got to play with this thing. I've had it in my possession for about a year now, Livingston man. And we've been playing with it. We played with it in the cold. We've played with it at events. We've mounted it to airsoft rifles, Livingston man. What are your thoughts on as the camera guy, what are your thoughts on the SIONYX AURORA Pro, Livingston man? Give me the Livingston man breakdown of this thing.
It's not the highest definition camera you're going to find out there. But,
very true.
So this thing literally just does things that other cameras don't do. I mean, if you don't already know, the SIONYX AURORA Pro, is that what
that's right? The SIONYX AURORA Pro.
If I could read, I would have just said it off the top. But this thing is a color night vision camera. This thing amplifies light like nobody's business. Y'all seen the green, night vision scopes?
Yeah. Everybody's played the Modern Warfare.
Full color. This is like you're seeing like in the dark. It's unbelievable. And if that doesn't do it, there's like unbelievably, obscenely bright
IR flashlight. Yeah, that's right. That's because that came with the Explorer Pro kit that we purchased.
We had this thing out in pitch black, and
it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. You'll see in the footage.
Yeah, what we're about to show you right here is like the GoPro couldn't see anything. It was just black. Maybe there was like a blinking light, and I couldn't figure out what it was. It turns out it was the light on the end of the Aurora that I could see. Meanwhile, Mike could see as if it was like kind of broad daylight.
Yeah, pretty much.
In like reasonable, like full color, yes. True color, no. It's amplifying.
It's color. It's color.
But you're also, look at the size of the lens on this thing.
Yeah.
It can gather a lot of light.
Absolutely.
It's robust enough that you can mount it onto a rifle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This thing is rated for 10,000 rounds of 5.56 ammunition. So it can take the recoil of 10,000 rounds of 5.56. I believe it's got a 1 meter drop rating on the concrete.
Okay, and it's got the IP67, which means if you could drop it in water and got it out of there real quick, you're good.
Yeah, it also has a GPS compass built into it. So when you have it at your eye, you constantly know what direction you're pointing.
It has the proximity sensor too. It only comes on
when you put it to your eye. So very cool. It does capture metadata. So your time, your location, your GPS coordinates, all of that stuff
embedded in the video file.
Correct. All in there. And if you had to send that to somebody, you could, because this thing connects via, I believe it's Wi-Fi, direct to another device. Either a tablet or a cell phone. In my case, I use my cell phone as a secondary screen for it.
It has a companion app.
Absolutely. So you can poke that thing around corners and take a look in some place that you wouldn't otherwise really want to stick your head. It can see around corners. It has
manual focus, which is another cool trick.
Yep. And the camera itself has 3 different lenses in it. You have your day mode, which is what it's on now. Then you switch the lens over to twilight mode when it starts to get dark, and then you can crank it all the way over to night mode. Now, unlike regular old night vision, if you brought night vision into like the studio like this, Livingston man,
white out.
You'd fry them. You'd do damage to the lenses in them. That bright light, they can't handle it. This can. This is no difference. You're not going to harm this camera if somebody shines a regular flashlight at it. It's not going to damage anything inside the camera because this is a camera. Whereas the like the PVS 14s and things, they use a little different technology.
Well, they have like true like optics, like it's a look through. It's not a
screen.
What you're seeing here, is a projection.
Correct.
Like, a
correct. It's a screen. It's a screen, and there is a little bit of latency to these. So everything isn't exactly where it was a millisecond ago. So that's something to take into consideration. But I think this thing is phenomenal. And for the price point to be able to get into night vision for around $1,000, Livingston, man. The whole kit, that's the whole kit. The camera itself is a little less expensive. But Psionics hit a home run with this. And they've got some new stuff out as well, Livingston, man. So this kit right here came with the AURORA Pro. It came with 2 batteries for the AURORA Pro, a lanyard for the AURORA Pro, the IR flashlight. Oh yeah,
the webcam can see it.
The webcam can see an IR. How about that? The IR flashlight. The mounts for the IR flashlight to attach it to perhaps a barrel, or it actually has a Picatinny rail mount on the side here.
No, all this came in this.
Yeah, all this came in this box with the chargers for everything. Fantastically put together by Psionics. A waterproof, crush-proof, kick the crap out of me box. I mean, this is a good one. Memory cards, batteries, chargers, Livingston, man. And the nice thing about the Psionics is it uses these.
It was like the regular Sony battery.
Yeah, this is what you would consider a Fujifilm battery. I believe they created these, and they use these in cameras all over the world. You can find these batteries on Amazon for like $15, and your fancy IR light runs on an 18650 rechargeable battery. And anybody knows somebody who's a hardcore vapor or has a lot of cool flashlights, they typically got some 18650s laying around. So, and the chargers for them all, the mounts for everything. I mean, it's so easy to put together. It's so easy to work. You just turn it on and it does its thing. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Livingston, man, show these folks some of the specs on this right from Psionics themselves. Right, can we dive right in here? There you go.
Get us up out
it's the AURORA Pro Explorer kit. Now, currently, at the time of filming, these are out of stock on Psionics' website.
Sorry, guys.
They're so popular.
Yeah, unfortunately. They're sold out, but you can, submit your email address.
Absolutely. When they come back in stock.
That's as of today, middle of June, excuse me.
Yep, middle of June.
So, I mean, what this thing can do is a lot like already what Mike said. What I was searching for is how much does it weigh? It has a little heft to it.
Yeah.
That's because it's got a big old glass lens in the front of it.
Okay, let's see.
Mike, why they don't mention
how heavy it is? Probably because it's pretty heavy.
Right. The other thing, all right, so a spec I was looking for, it's got a 16 millimeter f-stop 1.4 lens. It's what it's trying to do is stay about as true to life as kind of your eye. It has like a natural relief. It has no magnification, but you said a digital zoom.
Yeah, you can digitally zoom.
No actual optical zoom. You don't twist some eyepiece.
No, but there is an optical focus on it.
Okay, right.
So if something's out of focus to your eye, the first thing you can do is adjust that the aperture here in the end.
Oh, there it is. No, it's 274 grams.
You can dial it right in. There you go. So it's it's a little lighter than the drone, right?
For the
or a little heavier than a DJI Mini 2 drone. Just a little bit heavier. So one of the downsides for me on this, playing with it at night, I find that I drain the batteries in it pretty quick. Especially if you're using the Wi-Fi and things like that. Things are going to go a little faster. There's more stuff running in this little tiny camera, and you guys saw the size of that little battery. I have seen some videos where folks do some mods to these things and make them a little more awesome than what they already are. Check them out on YouTube. They're all over. They're all over. But the Psionics Aurora Pro, man, I think this thing is a home run, especially for anybody who wants to get into night vision on a budget.
This is the part I was looking for. Okay, so we got some killer specs here. 1 to 3x digital magnification, which is decent. I mean, 3x still gets you in there. I mean,
oh yeah,
why not? I remember shooting the old Marlin 22s. I had nothing but a 4x fixed scope on it.
Yep.
3.3 meters to infinity. So call it about a foot to infinity is what it'll focus on. The GoPro has something similar to that. 1024 by 768 resolution in the eyepiece.
Yes.
Which is interesting. It's the same output that it's going to do 720p. So, you know, if you're not shooting 4K or even 1080.
No, definitely not.
It doesn't mention frame rate, so I'm going to guess that it's maybe
60 hertz. I don't know what that equates to.
60 hertz is the refresh rate of the
display. But they're saying that is the frame rate. So
they call that the frame rate.
Yeah,
Where?
right there, frame rate.
Frame rate,
yeah,
60
hertz. Yeah.
Well, if they meant to say 60 frames per second, that's effing decent.
Yeah.
Especially for a low light camera, because when we talk about frames per second,
okay.
That means if this thing was a camera,
it would take 60 pictures every second.
Right. That shutter's rattling off, however fast that is.
Yeah.
Because it's going so fast, it doesn't let a lot of light in.
Right.
I've done tests on my channel in broad daylight where when you go from 30 to 60 frames, you can notice that it gets darker.
Okay.
Because the shutter's not open long enough to let light in. That this thing can this thing can do that. And still let in enough light for you to literally see in the dark is very impressive.
Well, I know that Psionics patented a technology called black silicone. Silicone was something that they used in night vision to gather light. And then they, oh, there you go. Look at it. Get right
this part right here is what I'm talking about. The eyesight versus that's a reasonable proximity.
Yeah. Yeah, what you see with your eye and what you see with this thing, it is seeing in the dark. And it can be the difference between you seeing well in the dark and not seeing in the dark at all. It can also make the difference between you seeing people in the dark without being seen or, shining a bright flashlight and giving away your location.
We don't have invisibility technology yet. This is
pretty close to it.
Coming towards it.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
As long as it's dark.
Absolutely. But guys, Psionics Aurora Pro, I think it's an absolute home run. If you're ever at an event, just say, hey, Mike, can we try out the Psionics? If you want to try it before you buy it and you're out at a Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival event, just say, Mike, bust it out. I got to check it out. I need to know if I need to spend my money on this. And as soon as you put it to your eye, you're going to know that the answer is yes. And it makes this awesome sound. I love that. That click at the end, that's because I haven't set the clock. Yeah.
Now, like user case scenario, like who wants this? Who needs this?
I think, the prepper who's trying to perhaps bug out without being seen and they want to stay off the beaten path at night. You can, scan your environment without a flashlight.
Bit of a surveillance tool.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic surveillance tool. Again, these do not see through glass, Livingston man. But there's some videos out there of people strapping these to the hoods of their vehicle and driving with the lights off via a tablet. I would not recommend that, but I've seen it. So that means it can be done, Livingston man. It can be done.
From a camera person standpoint, what I noticed about this thing too is 720p is a little like now, what it can do is amazing, but the footage itself, if you're looking for something cinematic, it's not what you're going to get here. What I was very impressed with though is the sound. Yeah,
the sound quality in it is incredible. It records in stereo.
So as a cameraman, even for me, budget aside, this is something that's cool because my preferred medium, the GoPros, they just don't work in the dark.
Yeah.
Here I could keep going with a project all night long in color.
Yeah. Maybe not real to life color, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's close enough to say that guy's wearing a red shirt and a pair of blue jeans, and he's headed your direction.
Yeah. I mean, most night vision is monochromatic. This isn't.
Correct.
This is a different thing what they're doing here.
And you guys will see in the footage, It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I want to take this thing out.
You gotta see it to believe. You have to see it to believe it.
I think we should take this out one evening on the town and show some folks what, average nighttime life looks like through the eyes of this. You can pick up so much more. In dimly lit places, it turns into broad daylight. In, I would say, total darkness, it turns it into dim lit.
What is this? Does this have a we'll edit that part out. Does it have an external microphone input?
I'm not sure, but we will have to find out. Let me borrow your guitar pick, kind sir.
Yeah, I trimmed off all my fingernails.
Oh yeah, well that's why I have to borrow.
That's why you can't pick up the guitar pick.
That is a micro USB port. So I imagine you could probably just charge this thing or plug it right into the computer and rip all the information off of it via that port right there.
I mean, like I said, its sound quality is impressive, but if it had an external microphone input, now you're talking like nighttime vlog.
Now you're speaking the Livingston man's language. And it has adjustable eye aperture right here. Yeah. So if you get it too close or too far away, it'll focus everything in for you.
It's a really sweet piece of gear. Now,
yes, and they make helmet mounts for these guys as well.
Now, where's the camera just by itself? You can't get the adventure kit, you guys, but you can get an Aurora Pro
camera. Yeah.
It's $999, right? Yep. But you can save with $200 online rebates.
Yeah, they've got their summer sale going on now, Summer Nights sale, I believe it's called, and any kit right now you can save $200 on any one that you buy, any Aurora in the Aurora line, because they have moved on from the Aurora, and they're not making them anymore, but they are focusing in on their newest technology that is called Opsin. So we're looking forward to the future of Psionics. And again, that's still night vision on a budget, Livingston man. These are more geared towards the folks who use night vision on the regular now and want to upgrade their regular night vision to something full color. Longer battery life, things like that. My drawbacks on this, they took care of with the Opsin, and really looking forward to checking it out. We're looking at you, Psionics. Send it on over. We would love to give it the Livingston Man test. Would be fantastic.
Make it fireproof.
But yeah, guys, thank you for joining us on this review of the SIONYX Aurora Pro Explorer Edition. They did not send this to us. We purchased this on our own and did all of our own testing and experiments with it. So I hope you enjoy it, guys. And again, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, and we will catch y'all on the next one.